So my dark side communication is on bullying. What is the meaning of the dark side communication? Is when a person uses means of communication, such as verbal or body language, to damage a relationship and not create the relationship to grow in a positive direction. Examples of dark side communication include bullying, lying, abuse, and others. What is dark side communication's relationship to bullying? According to chapter reading, dark side communication is defined by two terms. The first being whether or not it's socially acceptable, and the other being whether or not it is productive. These two terms will create four quadrants in dark side communication. Dark side topics are often hard to define to exactly where they belong. This is the case for bullying, as depending on the situation, it could fall under multiple different quadrants. Bullying in terms of being socially acceptable. Currently, bullying is socially disapproved. However, this was not always the case. According to Koo, bullying was once seen as normal everyday life. Koo mentions a specific example in 1885, where a British boy committed suicide after being bullied by his classmates. His classmates did not receive any punishment in their actions in bullying the student. It is actions like this that show how bullying was once widely accepted and not seen as socially unacceptable as today. The functionality of bullying. Bullying is seen as dysfunctional as it can decrease mental health and deteriorate relationships between people. Koo's example is just one example of how bullying deteriorated a child's mental health to the point of suicide. According to Hindua and Patchen, there was a study in Finland of students around the ages of 14 to 16 regarding bullying and suicidal thoughts. The results are shown in the table below. Among the students, 8% of the male students who bullied others experienced thoughts of suicide and actions of suicide. The same 8% is seen in the female population who bullied others. In the male population, the percentage dropped to 4% in students who were bullied. However, it remained at this 8% for females who were bullied. And students who were neither bullied others or were part of any bullying, and both males and females only experienced 1% of suicidal thoughts and actions. Focusing on the bully side, believe it or not, the bully is affected by their actions to bully others. According to the Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, bullies are more likely to experience alcohol and drug abuse as young adults, get into fights, dropping out of school, and becoming a criminal when becoming an adult. Focusing on the victim. The victim also receives negative side effects from being bullied, and these effects are vastly different from the bully's effects. According to the Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, victims are more likely to have depression and anxiety, changes in sleep and eating, and can also experience a decrease in grades and motivation for school. Bullying in pop culture. An example of bullying in pop culture is in the movie Forrest Gump. In this movie, Forrest Gump is not viewed as normal due to his low IQ and braces for his legs. In the movie, Forrest Gump is chased from home and abused by boys as they would throw rocks at him due to his differences. This action is very deteriorating to any relationship that the boys could have had with Forrest, as it made Forrest feel endangered and never safe in their presence. Bullying and its negative impact. As seen through the examples of suicide rates and its impact on Forrest Gump, bullying has serious negative impacts. Those impacts is what has caused bullying as what was once socially acceptable and has now today created it as socially unapproved and is not productive to a relationship. So that is why it's viewed as a dark side communication. And these are my references.